Alright, sir, so this is an update. Can you tell the people who I have with me?
My name is Jim Workman.
Jim. Nice to see you again, Jim. How old are you and what's your current living condition since the last time you did a video?
I'm still homeless and I'm 59.
59. How's the streets been treating you, man?
Well, it's not so much how they treat me, it's how I treat it.
How you treat it? Could you care to elaborate?
Well, you gotta have boundaries. You know, people can't cross them boundaries.
Yes, sir.
You know, once we cross that boundary, that's mean I'm giving you permission to do almost anything you want to me.
I agree.
So you stop it as fast as you start it.
Yes, sir. What kind of things out here happen to people? Just without getting anyone in trouble or anything, like people steal from each other?
Oh man, they're supposed to be we're all supposed to be a family.
Yeah.
But somewhere along the line, the family got separated. Now we got a bunch of little families.
Just a whole bunch of different groups, huh?
Yeah, Petey wants to steal from Tom, so.
Yeah, that's awful. You know, I hate to see when you guys are stealing from each other and stuff like that, or when people steal from people in general, you know. I don't think that's good at all. Like, I always used to ask people, why would someone who's homeless steal from another homeless person who's in the same predicament?
I still have to have a good answer on that, and I don't.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I ask so many people and I never get, you know, of course the person who's trying to steal, you know, they want money and things of that nature, but...
Well, they want anything that they ain't got.
Yeah, but a lot of times, you know, they steal things like credentials, like your social security card, ID, and they know that you have to go all the way downtown just to get another one. So that's like a big distraction.
I give them the stuff if they quit.
Yeah. Isn't that awful?
Yeah.
It's almost like tripping somebody on the way down to the lunch line. Someone told me that.
I just tripped them as they're going down steps.
Yeah. Have you heard about the signs that they have I heard they're in Mesa and North Scottsdale. They say don't worry about people panhandling, and you don't have to help them and stuff like that. Don't be afraid to say no, things of that.
Well, that's their option. And I never say they've got to give me anything, you know. It's their option. If they feel that it's within their grasp, that it ain't going to hurt them, and they give it to me, that's on them. It's no longer on me.
Man, that's a big way of looking at things. You know, always, yeah. Some people would be mad at that. But you feel since it's their city or whatever, they can do what they want, huh?
They ain't got to give me a damn thing. They can turn around, get in the car, and drive away.
Do you care to elaborate? How do you make money out here in finances? If you don't mind saying.
There's things I do that some people can't.
Okay, that's all you need to say. Enough said there. Yep, that makes sense. Now, I came out here to get people's ideas, and I want to know how they feel about Arizona Hugs suing Tempe.
I think they should take it all the way to the border. Take what they can.
Till the wheels fall off.
Yep, because they got him stuck. They got him named.
Jammed up, huh?
Yep.
He has, I guess, essentially 32 citations for feeding the homeless.
Now, how wrong is that?
That's insane. I've never heard of something like that in my life.
Yeah, how wrong is that? I don't understand that. If you were hungry, wouldn't you want somebody to say, here, man, have a meal?
Yeah, man, have a meal. Yeah, that's all he's doing, man, at the end of the day, and I don't think that's a crime.
It says in the Bible, take care of them.
Yeah, literally the 10 Commandments.
Take care of your brother and
sisters or thy neighbor. Love thy neighbor. You know, I feel that is definitely not a crime, and I think that...
And this mayor is supposed to be religious?
Oh yeah, that's awful. Yeah, especially doing that. Have you heard about the new homeless shelter that they're making?
I heard of it.
Heard of it?
I haven't seen any of it.
Yeah, me neither. They said it'd be done 2026 or at the end of
What?
2025.
It's going to take 2 years to build that?
From what from what they
What
say.
is the year? What
It's
year?
25. So at the end of this year or at the start of the next year.
That ain't bad.
And it's gonna house. I can't remember how many people it's gonna house, but it's something AACC. I've never really heard of it, but or that company or whatever. But
Well, AA is pretty much alcoholic.
yeah, I've heard of that.
And CC is chemical dependency.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, there it is there. And so essentially what's going to happen is it's going to be, I guess, the only homeless shelter in Tempe. How do you feel about that? It's the first one. I mean, I hear that there's other homeless shelters in Tempe that I just don't know about, but they said it was, on the news it was going to be the first homeless shelter in Tempe. Because every other...
I think they'll be first, from start to finish, it's going to be a homeless shelter. It didn't start out a house and then become a homeless shelter.
Okay, that's what you... Yeah, I get it now. That makes sense. Because they say every other city in Arizona has a homeless shelter besides Tempe. So finally they're getting one.
Oh, they're getting put in the position where they can't.
Yeah. So how are the buildings and the store fronts and stuff still treating you?
They're about the same. You know the ones that didn't give a shit to begin with, so you just stay away from them.
Yeah. They're at least giving you guys water, right?
They ain't got no choice. It's against the law for them not to.
Yeah.
By God, I'd call my brother in the New York Minute. My brother's an attorney.
Oh wow, that's awesome. And there's no way you could have got him to sue Tempe, or is this not? It wouldn't work, or
suing Tempe? No, that ain't. They haven't done nothing that bad to me.
Oh.
Now they start taking food out of my stomach. That's when I start getting pissed off.
Yeah. That makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Yeah, definitely. What about what are they, park rangers here? How are they doing?
They're getting really... They're
pushy?
Yeah, they're really not giving people too much of a choice.
Yeah, that's not good. And the urban camping law, has it gotten worse since we last spoke?
That's no longer there. They're taking that law off the books.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much.
Man, that's awesome. Man, I haven't heard of that. I hope they do that, because that law is so silly. I just can't believe that they're not letting anybody, camp at a park or rest your feet for a little bit at a park, get a drink of water, use the restroom even.
They don't want us to have no creature comforts.
Yeah, isn't that awful? I just don't understand who would want that for another human being.
And the mayor's a religious person.
Yeah.
My ass.
Yeah, that's what makes you kind of, think that that's not true, right?
Yeah.
Because anybody who's religious would definitely not, do something like that.
I mean, I've had people drive through town and come back and tell me, man, you guys, we can see it just driving through town. You guys got to slow down. Keep telling them, it's not us. We're getting put in a position where we ain't got no choice but to accept it.
Yeah. Man, that's awful. When I last spoke to you, did you tell me where you were from initially?
I'm from Ohio.
Ohio? What initially brought you out here to Arizona?
Well, I'm a carpenter by trade, and there wasn't no more room to build in my area.
Oh, right. And so you came down here to explore your
options.
Yeah, job options. That's smart. Because there's definitely a lot of stuff out here to, And what happened that made you become on the streets?
I'll never make the money I did back home.
Oh, yeah. Man, that's crazy. What was the difference in economy out there? Just a lot better, or?
Well, where a pack of cigarettes here is running you $5 and $6, it's still like $2-3 back home.
Wow. I wonder how it's so cheap. Or...
We're right above Winston-Salem.
Oh. Okay.
And if that ain't bad enough shit, I'll roll my own.
Yeah. Before you pay $10 a pack, huh?
I pay $10 a pack now.
Isn't that awful?
I remember when you could get them for $1/4 a pack.
Man. Yeah, those are the good old days, you know? That's what my mom would say. Those are the good old days. Everybody always says, I remember when I used to walk to school and have to walk 18 miles to school, barefooted with the backpack on.
Snowing.
Snowing and you know, it's funny. I love it when old school people say that.
My mom, she had to go uphill both ways. She lived in a little town that ain't even in West Virginia no more.
Wow.
Cambridge.
Is that where your family is from?
That's
Virginia?
where my mom's from.
Oh, your mom?
West Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad was born and raised right next to the prison.
Oh, all right.
My mom was in a coal mine town.
Get all that coal, huh?
Yeah.
Well.
And everything associated with it, black lung.
Yep. Yeah, that's
emphysema.
not good. Yeah, that's awful. I heard a lot of people die, obviously because of that and the black lung. And
Well,
things
my
like
grandpa
that.
had 50 years in the coal mine and didn't come down with nothing.
Isn't that funny how, not funny, but isn't it crazy how it can happen to some people and not the other person?
I know somebody that's been smoking for 60 years and the doctor will tell you his lungs look like their babies.
Yeah, how does that work?
I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah, isn't it weird? No one ever will have an explanation for that. I guess it's just divine intervention at the end of the day.
Yeah. I guess you could write it up as that.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I want to thank you so much. I don't want to keep you too long. That was amazing, man. I want to thank you for this update on how you've been. I'm glad you're doing okay.
Getting ready to go home.
Yeah, really? Where? To where?
Back to Ohio.
Okay, yeah. That sounds like a plan. Who are you going to be with there? Your,
My niece.
Man.
She's 44.
That sounds like a plan. When do you plan on doing that?
They're in the process of getting the paperwork now.
I hope everything works out for you.
I got a little bit of jail time to pull, but after that, I'm gone.
Yeah, tired of this place, huh?
I ain't tired of the place. I'm tired of people in it. They ain't got no set guidelines. Like, I'll tell them straight up, if I tell you something, that's the way I was raised.
Yeah.
You guys just blow off a figure off your head and expect everybody to just chow it down and accept it.
Yeah. It's the Wild Wild West. Arizona, the Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
Well, like I was saying, I want to thank you so much for this update. I want to thank you. It's always a pleasure speaking with you. You always have something good to say. You're always positive and stuff like that. And hopefully, if I see you again, we can get another one, a third update, and hopefully I catch you before you leave.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time, all right?
You got any phones at home?